An aircraft landing is always fascinating, but have you given a second thought to the amount of pressure or load the aircraft tires are bearing during landing? To increase your curiosity, now we'll have some questionnaires first. Would you like to guess the approximate weight of an aircraft? Example A320. This is a narrow body aircraft. I would like you to comment in the comment section. It is about 70,000 kgs to about 80,000 kgs. Why the number of tires required for aircraft increases with the weight of the aircraft? As the weight of the airplane needs to be distributed more evenly so that it neither becomes tail heavy nor nose heavy, or the center of gravity should lie somewhere in the middle of the aircraft. Why aircraft tire tread patterns are designed in one simple way? The tread patterns are these patterns. You will always find a simple line pattern on an aircraft tire, no zigzag, nothing like that, as we are seeing in our daily commuting vehicles. So why aircraft tire tread patterns are designed in one simple way? The answer is to facilitate stability in high crosswind conditions, to channel water away to the preventing hydroplaning, and for good braking effect. What are the temperature variations aircraft tire is exposed to? Tires are exposed to temperatures as low as minus 40 degrees during cruising at 30 to 40,000 feet of altitude, and as high as 200 degrees during touchdown. So our inferences: the entire aircraft weight is taken up by the tires during landing, takeoff, and on ground. Aircraft wheels are subjected to daily punishment of multiple takeoffs and landings. Thus, the tires withstand extreme heat and stress throughout its journey. But how it is possible? So, I am Shantanu, you are watching Aviation Avi, and will give answer to everything. So, let's get started. Starting with the very basic first, tire construction. Unlike automobile tires, which are closed into a single rim, this is an automobile tire bounded with a single rim. This is a single rim. The aircraft tires are too rigid to be forced into a single rim structure. Actually, the tire of an aircraft is too rigid to be forced into a single rim structure. So, aircraft wheel hubs come in two parts: the inboard and the outboard rim, which are bolted together with the tire in the center, then pressurized with nitrogen. So this inboard part and this outboard part are bolted together, and then it is pressurized with nitrogen. Why nitrogen? The tires of airliners are filled with inert dry gas like nitrogen because they are inexpensive and perfect for the purpose. How they are perfect for the purpose? Let us know. Nitrogen does not support combustion, greatly reducing the risk of a tire fire or explosion. Actually, while landing, the temperature of the tire may reach up to 200 degrees centigrade. So we use nitrogen because if something bad happens, this gas, while releasing from the tire, does not support combustion. Dry nitrogen contains no water vapor. The lack of moisture reduces tire pressure variations at temperature extremes. Thus, with the effect of moisture eliminated, change in tire pressure to temperature is linear and predictable. Actually, at about 30,000 to 40,000 feet, the temperature are about minus 40 degrees. So formation of ice is predicted when you have some moisture in the composition of air into the tire. So dry nitrogen contains no water vapor, which is very beneficial at this stage. Nitrogen does not degrade the rubber. In the last slide, we have talked about the gas to be filled into the tires. Now, what pressure to be maintained? Automobile tires are pressurized to about 30 to 40 psi only. If the large aircraft tires were filled with 35 psi, they would be flat under the weight. The large aircraft tire pressure are ridiculously high. A Boeing 767-300 main wheel is inflated to about 205 psi. After filling to such high pressure, you can expect a tire burst. Or if a tire gets inflated, the structure is like this, as shown in this image. So what are the remedial actions for this? Fourth, basic protection mechanism. First, fusible plug. A fusible plug is a small hollow bolt filled with low melting point metal. What it does is protect tires and wheels from exploding when the brakes get too hot. In the event when a wheel becomes too hot, the soft metal in the plug melts at a predetermined temperature to allow the tire to safely deflate. Fusible plug often comes into play after heavy braking, as would happen during a high-speed rejected takeoff. After the aircraft stops, the hot brakes assembly continues to heat the wheels until the fuse cores reach their melting point temperature and deflate the tires. Fusible plugs are mounted inside the wheel hub. When the plugs deflate tires, the nitrogen is directed over the brakes to aid in cooling, and also it is a not supporter of combustion. Second, overpressure relief valve. As the name indicates, an overpressure relief valve is a hollow bolt with a ruptured disc inside. This disc flows off when pressure of the filled nitrogen due to some reasons exceeds the design limit and prevent the tire from exploding. Third, tire pressure monitoring system. An electronic system is installed in the tire aircraft to measure the pressure of the aircraft tires throughout the journey. But after taking such precautions, we cannot totally eliminate the risk factor. There is always some risk in live operations. We can only prepare ourselves to best of our knowledge and experiences. I would like to share one British Airways incident. Once an A380, a jumbo jet containing 18 tires in its main gear, was landing, and after the landing, when it was on the bay, it was found that one of the tires got deflated during the landing. So you may find it a safety concern to the passengers, but actually the spokesperson of the British Airways told that it is normal, and the aircraft is designed in such a way that if one or two tires during landing or takeoff gets deflated, nothing will happen to the aircraft rolling in that condition. Now the fifth and one of the most interesting part, rated speed. The general speed of an aircraft while taking off and landing is between 150 to 180 miles per hour, whereas the aircraft tires can easily bear the speed of 120 to 200 miles per hour. So there is good margin of safety in the event of an aircraft needs to land at high speed. So as I have told you, with our experiences, we design all these things. Sixth, the cost of the tires. Tire prices range from a few $100 for regional aircraft to as much as $5,000, approximate 4 lakhs, for a wide body main tire. Airlines negotiate purchase price or service contracts with the tire manufacturers and distributors. As you can see, this tire is totally gone, as the tread pattern has totally been wear out, and this tire is perfect. So the airlines negotiate purchase price and also service contracts with the tire manufacturers and distributors so that they could manage this price of approximate 4 lakhs. 7th, tire handling. Tire and tire tubes should be stored in a cool, dry place out of direct sunlight. Temperature should be between 0 and 30 degrees. Particular care should be taken to store tires away from the battery chargers, electric welding equipment, fluorescent lights, electric motors, electric generators, and similar equipments. These items create ozone, which has a deteriorating effect on rubber. Local aviation authority regulations may address limits to tires and tube storage, humidity limits. Care should be taken that tires do not come in contact with oil, gasoline, jet fuel, hydraulic fluids, or similar hydrocarbons. Rubber is attacked by these in varying degrees. All tires and tubes should be inspected immediately upon receipt from shipping and handling damage. Whenever possible, tires should be stored vertically on tire racks as shown here in this image. The surface of tire racks against which the weight of the tires rests should be flat and wide to minimize distortion of the tires. Tubes should be stored in their original cartons wherever possible. If stored without their cartons, they should be lightly lubricated with talc powder and wrapped in heavy paper. Under no circumstances should tubes be hung over nails, pegs, or any object that might form a crease in the tube. Such a crease will eventually produce a crack in the rubber. If the tire does not meet the inspection and inflation criteria, the tire should either be scrapped or returned for retreading, depending on the tire's condition. Age is generally not an indicator of tire serviceability as long as all service criteria, visual criteria, and individual customer imposed restrictions are met. Hope you have gained some knowledge from this video. Thank you. Do like, share, and subscribe our work because your support is our motivation. Also visit our website www.aviationavi.com. If you have any queries, you can directly connect to us on our LinkedIn page of Anvesha Pal and Shantanu Gaur. Thank you.